Hello, I'm Amy Rosen. Welcome to my home. Let's crash my kitchen. So let's start with my bar cart. Isn't it pretty? Just some prized possessions. My prized alcohol is elsewhere. This is a tea set I got at the Design Exchange auction, and I love it. These were crocheted or knit, whatever you call it, for me by various friends, and these were made for me by friends. And then there's some of my favorite cookbooks I use. I mean, this old classic. But really, I use 7 Spoons the most, and Nigel Slater's and Nancy Silverton's for inspiration. I don't like to keep too much stuff lying out, but I like looking over here during my morning coffee and just having little memories of trips gone by. So as a food and travel writer, I like to bring little tastes of where I visited home. So we have this delicious caramel from Hamburg, and there was this amazing tinned fish place in Lisbon. So you gotta pick up something like that. And this is the most important machine in my house. Fresh beans, a little espresso each morning. I realized the importance of coffee when I had my first day job at Chatelaine 5 years ago. Then I understood why people drink coffee in the morning. So another thing I pick up when I'm away is if I see kind of a different shape and a different use of rolling pin. The French style, the marble, straightforward, and useful utensils. That's another thing I like to pick up when I'm away. I don't have a lot of toys in the kitchen, like very few. But I love creme brulee, and if you're gonna make creme brulee, you need a torch. Like, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You can't broil it, you need a creme brulee torch. So this is my oven. Hello. It's filthy, I should have cleaned it before you came. But I just threw a Seder, which is the symbolic Passover meal, for 22 people. And what I realized is if you have one oven and 22 people, you really have to plan ahead. So I made brisket and chicken and fish and roasted vegetables and potatoes, and I started 48 hours before and then reheated things to a crisp because you gotta plan ahead and then you'll have success. And I had people bring all the stuff I didn't want to make. So my mom made the chicken soup and the matzo balls and the eggs and the charoset. I had everyone bring fruit salad and dessert, so don't be afraid to have people do the things that they're good at and that you don't want to do. So I had my first cookbook published when I was, I think, 25 or 26, and back then I didn't have a lot of utensils or pots or pans or money. So then and still, this is my most important utensil. I tell people, like, I have 2 pans still, I have 3 pots, I have a lot of wooden spoons, so I've really moved up in the world, but this is still my original and my favorite. And I love it. Most important thing. This is a yard sale find. These are my flour, coffee, tea, sugar, and I really use them for the intended purpose. And these are my nieces in crazy school photos. I have friends who still go to yard sales every weekend for the past 25 years. I've stopped going because I'm over the clutter. But look it, my friend Drew got me this. It's an Alessi butter holder and spreader. I mean, the things you can find. The other most important tool I have, besides my wooden spoon, is my chef's knife. It's a mediocre one, but you just need it. You basically need a paring knife, a chef's knife, a wooden spoon, a pot and a pan, and a cutting board. And that's all you need to be able to cook any one of my recipes. Let's talk about my plants, the elephant in the room. They're terrible, but they're green, they're alive, and for me that's a win. It's not about having beautiful plants, it's about keeping something alive. Look at basil all year round. Oh, you can hear how crunchy it is. Okay, so let's not touch the basil. So I have some nice pantry space. I know where everything is, it looks like chaos, but the only thing you really need to know about is this. If you haven't tried Jif, you must. It's like more peanut than butter. Look at that. It's like so delicious. I can't handle it. I love peanut butter. Now to the fridge. So because of the Seder, the Passover meal, it's mostly full of matzah-based things and leftovers. However, let's just see, like, I made salmon and I made a horseradish sauce with it. And I made chicken and I made romesco. And I made pickled onions just to spruce up the salmon. So just a few little touches that literally all three of these things took 5 minutes to make, maybe 10 minutes. And you've really elevated everything to the point that people are like, wow, that's gourmet now. This is very important. Rosen cinnamon bun spread. If you like the Jif, you'll love the Rosen cinnamon bun spread. So I have a bakery, and this tastes not just like cinnamon and butter, it tastes like our buns. So the saying is, turn your toast into a cinnamon bun. What else do we have here? Oh, the tubes. Just like I like mementos when I'm away, here are more. The ones I probably use the most are the horseradish and the harissa, which is so spicy, it's hilarious. So on this side, I mean, you have some leftover beverages and more sauces. The Coca-Cola is the secret ingredient to my brisket, but the Diet Coke is for me. I guess my major tabletop appliance would be the KitchenAid, which is kind of part of many people's kitchen, but for me it's very important because I spent a couple of months alone with this guy developing the recipe for Rosen cinnamon buns, and obviously I couldn't have done it without your dough hook. Thanks, friend. And here we have more matzah. Kill me now. It'll be over in a few days, and we'll be back to our regular programming. I wonder if there's gluten-free matzah. I don't care about gluten-free, but I'm just curious. Lindt, another very important part of my life, is the 70%. I must have chocolate every day, but sometimes it just has to be a square of dark chocolate and I'm good to go. But there must be chocolate in my life every day. That's all you need to know about me. Well, thanks for coming, you guys, but I think you should leave because I have more matzah to eat, so get out of here. So dry.